The bamboo forest was alive with excitement. A gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of osmanthus flowers, and colorful lanterns swayed from tree branches, casting a warm glow over the clearing. Ling, the adventurous young panda, was bustling about, her red scarf fluttering behind her as she arranged cushions around a low table. "Ling, dear, don't forget the tea," called her grandmother from the kitchen, where delicious aromas wafted through the open window. "Coming, Grandma," Ling replied, scurrying to fetch the intricately painted teapot and cups. Tonight was a special night, the Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as the Moon Festival. It was a time for family, friends, and honoring the full moon at its brightest and roundest. Ling had invited all her friends to celebrate with her family this year, and she could hardly contain her excitement. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in brilliant hues of orange and pink, Ling's friends started to arrive. First came May, the playful monkey, swinging from tree to tree with a basket of fresh fruits. Then Hui, the wise old turtle, slowly but steadily made his way into the clearing, carrying a stack of story scrolls on his shell. "Hui, you made it!" Ling exclaimed, rushing to greet him. The old turtle smiled warmly. "I wouldn't miss it for the world, young Ling. The Moon Festival is a time for sharing stories and wisdom, after all." Next to arrive were the Zhang siblings, 3 energetic rabbits who hopped into the clearing, their long ears bobbing with excitement. They carried baskets filled with carrots and radishes from their family's garden. "We brought veggies for the mooncakes," they chorused in unison. Ling clapped her paws in delight. "Perfect! We'll need those for the filling." As twilight deepened, more friends joined the gathering. There was Feng, the elegant crane, who glided in with a jar of luminous fireflies to add to the festive lighting. Li, the mischievous fox, slinked into the clearing with a twinkle in his eye and a bag full of riddles for everyone to solve. Even Jingwei, the shy deer, ventured out of the deeper forest to join the celebration, bringing with her sweet berries and fragrant herbs. Once everyone had arrived, Ling's grandmother emerged from the kitchen, carrying a large tray. "Who's ready to make mooncakes?" she asked with a smile. A chorus of excited cheers erupted from the gathered animals. Making mooncakes was a cherished tradition of the Moon Festival, and Ling's grandmother was known throughout the forest for her exceptional recipe. First, Grandmother Panda began. "We need to make the dough. Can someone fetch the lotus seed paste?" May the monkey swung into action, retrieving the jar of sweet paste from the kitchen. Meanwhile, the Zhang siblings got to work chopping the vegetables they had brought for the savory mooncakes. "Now, everyone watch closely," Grandmother instructed, demonstrating how to mix the flour, oil, and other ingredients to form a smooth dough. The key is to knead it just right. Not too much, not too little. Ling and her friends gathered around, their paws, hooves, and wings working the dough carefully. There were a few mishaps. Feng, the crane, got his wings a bit sticky, and Li the fox couldn't resist sneaking tastes of the sweet filling. But soon, they had a good batch of dough ready. "Excellent work, everyone!" Grandmother praised. "Now, we'll divide the dough and flatten each piece into a circle." The animals worked diligently, flattening the dough and carefully spooning in the fillings, sweet lotus paste for some, and a mixture of vegetables and nuts for others. Ling showed her friends how to pinch the edges closed and place the cakes into the wooden molds, each carved with intricate designs of flowers, vines, and auspicious symbols. "Remember," Ling's grandmother said as they worked, "the round shape of the mooncakes represents completeness and reunion. When we share these cakes with family and friends, we're sharing our hopes for a full and happy life." As the mooncakes baked in the outdoor oven, filling the air with a mouth-watering aroma, Hui the turtle cleared his throat. "Shall I tell the tale of Chang'e and Huyi while we wait?" he asked. The younger animals gathered around eagerly, while the older ones smiled, ready to hear the familiar legend once again. Hui began, his voice taking on a mesmerizing quality. "Long, long ago, there were 10 suns in the sky. They burned so hot that the earth was scorched and people suffered greatly. The great archer Hoyi took pity on humanity and shot down 9 of the suns with his bow, leaving only 1 to light and warm the earth. The animals listened intently as Hui recounted how Huyi was rewarded with an elixir of immortality, which his wife Chang'e drank to keep it from falling into the wrong hands. She floated to the moon, where she lives to this day as the moon goddess. That's why we honor the moon during this festival, Hui concluded. We remember Chang'e's sacrifice and the love between her and Huyi. Just as Hui finished his tale, a delicious smell wafted through the air. The moon cakes are ready, Ling's grandmother announced. Carefully, they removed the cakes from the oven. Each one was golden brown, with beautiful imprints from the wooden molds. The animals oohed and ahed at their creations, proud of their collective effort. As they waited for the moon cakes to cool, Ling and her friends set up the festival table. They arranged plates of pomelos, persimmons, and other autumn fruits. Feng used his long beak to precisely place each teacup, while the Zhang siblings hopped around, lighting more lanterns. Finally, as the sky darkened to a deep blue, the full moon rose above the bamboo forest. It was a magnificent sight, a perfect silver disk hanging in the sky, casting an ethereal glow over the clearing. "It's time!" Ling exclaimed. "Quick, everyone take your places!" The animals gathered around the table, each finding a comfortable spot on the cushions Ling had arranged earlier. Grandmother Panda began to pour the fragrant osmanthus tea into everyone's cups. "Before we eat," Ling's grandmother said, "let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the moon and remember all that we're grateful for." A peaceful silence fell over the gathering as each animal gazed up at the bright moon, their hearts full of gratitude and wonder. After a few moments, Lee the fox couldn't contain himself any longer. "Can we try the moon cakes now? They smell amazing!" Everyone laughed, and Ling began to distribute the moon cakes. There were exclamations of delight as each animal bit into their creation. The cakes were delicious, some sweet and fragrant with lotus seed paste, others savory and satisfying with vegetable fillings. As they enjoyed the treats, the animals shared stories, laughter, and their hopes for the coming year. Feng taught everyone a graceful moon-honoring dance, his elegant movements inspiring even Hui the turtle to sway in his shell. The Zhang siblings led a rousing game of riddles, with Lee the fox surprising everyone with his clever solutions. Later in the evening, Jingwei the shy deer surprised everyone by producing a guzheng, a traditional Chinese string instrument, from behind a bamboo stand. I've been practicing," she said softly. "Would you like to hear a song?" Encouraged by her friends' enthusiastic nods, Jingwei began to play. Her hooves moved deftly over the strings, producing a hauntingly beautiful melody that seemed to capture the magic of the moonlit night. The other animals listened in awe, the sweet music blending perfectly with the gentle rustling of bamboo leaves and the distant chirping of crickets. As the night wore on, Ling noticed some of her younger friends starting to yawn. An idea struck her.